What's up, YouTube? Shame TV, your host. You know who it is. I want to know tonight, has anybody seen this information in this video about young Pharaoh? I did just post it. One to my page. I got another one. But really looks like he did that shit. You at least did something. You did something. I don't know what you did, but you did something. So you see that root? What's up, you? Yes, it really is sad. He's fucking horrible for that, yo. That's why I say what I say. You know, like, I support black men. I'm about men's empowerment and especially their health. But I don't go for fuck shit neither. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, like, that's crazy. Especially the part about the white lady, the nanny, or whoever she's supposed to be. Like, the fact that he was telling her that she gotta apologize to her and this, that, and the third for calling her out names or slurs. And I'm like, damn, Pharaoh, your whole basis to being and platform comes from doing that. Like, that's how everybody know you. What are you talking about? You just started switching that shit up like a few years ago. So I wonder if he was still on parole though. That's what I wanted to know. Like, was he still on papers as far as that shit wouldn't affect him or any other charges? Because that shit would be fucked up, nigga. Your ass is going right to prison. Like, you talking, you want that sister to fucking apologize to the white girl and you spent your whole career calling white people crackers. That's... Make that shit make sense to me, man. I can't, you know? So... But I do believe it, though. I do believe that he did. I do believe that he's violent like that. If you asking me personally, out of guys, he's violent. Like, it's certain brothers that brothers can say and see that, hey, yo, this dude is not really about that shit, or this dude is not really on that type time. You know what I'm saying? It's some men, which is most men, you gotta push them to violence. Like, you gotta push their buttons. What up, chemo? You gotta push their buttons to get them to be violent. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like Pharaoh, nah. Because of, I told y'all before, like, a lot of guys who are his size, they have a small guy complex. Some men are small and they don't really walk around like that and have this complex and have this problem. But a person like Pharaoh, he does, because he wants to be known and recognized as a tough guy. So in order for him to do that, he can't be, you know, like a nigga like me, he's standing next to me, he's, you know what I mean, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even recognize you. So that shit bothers him. So when he got somebody that he could beat, like a woman, oh yeah, she's gonna catch all of that shit. He's gonna go 0 to 100 on a girl or somebody small real fast. Watch, I guarantee you that every time. Like, if you say something he don't like in a video, you could tell, hey, bitch, get off. Like, so just imagine one of them girls saying something that he didn't like. Like, this shit with him allegedly abusing people and shit and beating up his girlfriends, that shit came out years ago. It was when he first had the, what was it, he was saying he got 2 wives and all of that shit. So when he was trying to be polite. So he was like, he got 2 wives and all of that. And allegedly one of those young girls, I heard about him beating her up way back then. Now, here you go now with his baby mother who just did a stream, an IG stream, saying that not only did he just get finished hitting her and beating on her, he fucking been doing that shit. Not to mention, she started mentioning the other girl back in the day that he was beating on, and that's the shit I heard about. That's why I was like, it's so crazy that these people be blowing their platforms up. It's like a Hassan Campbell. It's like you could be completely full of shit, bro. Be making up half the shit you saying, just totally full of shit, and people just supporting you. Like it just makes no sense to me whatsoever, dog. That shit makes no sense, man. But that shit about his first baby mother, I been heard that. I been heard that he was beating on his first baby mother. And I heard he was beating her real bad, young girl. Because he had two of them. So, I guess he felt that one was the, dispensable nigga. Or I just feel that that's just how he is. If you ask me. You know what I mean? I done seen Pharaoh enough on YouTube. I talked to Pharaoh off of YouTube, like on a phone conversation and all that shit. And just to be honest, when he spoke to me, nigga, he was pleasant. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, I wouldn't expect him to be all weird or no shit like that to me. But just noticing his character as a man, knowing about what I know about men and how men move and all of that shit. What up, Darren? Knowing how men move and all of that, like dogs, nah. Like Pharaoh's fucking nah, man. Like I wouldn't fuck with young Pharaoh. Cause I don't fuck with girl fighters like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you gotta fight your girlfriend or fight your lady for her to act like a woman and to act like a suitable mate to you, then she's not a suitable mate. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something you should have to do. So I say that to all men, all young men, older men, whoever. If you hadn't heard it before, now you hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do that shit. It's really not necessary. And a lot of times what women won't tell you is you will hurt them a lot more just removing yourself. Just remove yourself from her. Remove yourself from the head of her. Don't give her guidance no more. Don't give her attention. Don't validate her. Don't nothing. That would hurt her much more than you punching her in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't get that part. But the part that I really want to talk about tonight is the part about the white girl, the white nanny, whatever she said her name was. I forget what she said her name was. And it's like, yo, you built your whole black platform, Pharaoh, off of saying that money was fake, no need to weed, money's evil. You came out talking about how all people who older are give no good guidance and all that shit. Basically, I don't know what the fuck you giving, but Chelsea, there we go, Chelsea. So so Chelsea, you're mad at your baby mother. If you like, dog, if you said that to that girl, man, you a foul, fucked up ass dude, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like you have no credibility whatsoever, man. You have no credibility. If you told that black woman that she need to apologize to Chelsea for calling Chelsea whatever she allegedly said to Chelsea about in regards to Chelsea's race, young Pharaoh, you know, nigga, you talk. I could have did a video and chopped up you just running your mouth and see white people. What did he used to say about white people? How they sulfur-based demons and all of this shit like that. That's why when they're wet, they smell like dogs or they smell like animals, because animals of the field are different from us, and animals of the field are sulfur-based creatures, and so that's why they smell the way they do. And so when you smell white people and their hair is wet and shit like that, and any hair on their body gets wet, they start to smell like dogs or some sort of animal, field animal. Well, young Pharaoh is the one who brought that out. Young Pharaoh is the one who said cracker more than, how many times did y'all hear Pharaoh say cracker? He cracker motherfuckers, and these cracker motherfuckers, and these cracker. Yo, if we cannot count how many times Pharaoh said cracker, bro. It can't even be counted how many times this nigga said cracker. So the fact that you do this and your girl, who's your kid's mother, you're gonna fight her with her kids, with your kid in her arms, not because she did some foul, disrespectful shit and had your kid in front of another dude or some shit, and you like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Or not because she's trying to injure your child. You know, not because she you know what I'm saying? We're all gonna laugh at you carrying the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, carry mother. Like, she's not doing none of this shit to the kid. You're mad at her because she basically your queen. Your black woman is God, queen. She follows suit in the shit that you be saying, and the shit that you say is cracker, 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 cracker. Young Pharaoh said cracker so much, man, we can't, I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there to talk about how many times Young Pharaoh said cracker. So what are we getting at? What are we getting at here? What we're getting at is, Young Pharaoh, why would you approach the God, black woman that you say is God, and you try to make her bow down to this, as you put it, this sulfur-based beast? You try to make a black queen bow down to this sulfur-based beast and make her apologize for saying something that you say all the time. That's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. How you gonna come back from that, man? We ain't talking about all the other shit that you done. We just talking tonight about Young Pharaoh and physical abuse. Is this real? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. I can't attest to it. But what I can attest to is the character that I see, the man that I see displayed on the screen in front of me on YouTube, that person I could pretty much see doing everything that girl said. And what I want to see now is what she has in store. Because if she's mad as she is, hopefully she doesn't just let it subside. If it's best for her family, then I hope she lets it subside. So let's say that, you know what I'm saying? So if it's best overall for her child and her child's father, who unfortunately is Young Pharaoh, then I hope she lets it subside. But if she doesn't let it subside, then I can't wait to see that shit, because I believe her. I believe that you was doing that shit. And one reason I say this is because it takes a lot for me to believe that shit. Because I know black women, and I know black women a lot of times give way more than they get. They will come up and hit your ass, start a fight, call you a punk, do something, all that shit. So I already know that shit. So I always give men the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this. But you, in the situation she's describing and the way you are, I believe every word she said. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I believe that it is so. Because you look just like the type, Pharaoh. You that type, man. You that soft little nigga who inside, who always anxious, trying to prove yourself outside. Y'all remember the Muay Thai shit? You could get in trouble just for that. This nigga could get in trouble just for that. The fact that you're a Muay Thai fighter and you be training and shit and you actually fought that girl, I'd really like to talk to the one that she's talking about. That leg kick. But I'd like to talk to the girl the first baby mother that he fought like that. Because I could understand, again, from a man's perspective, I can understand if I've been out moving around all day, whether I've been moving around or not, whatever I was doing. I could have just came from the gym, whatever. If I come in the fucking house, dog, and my kids, I'm like, my kids are running up to me like they're fucking starving and hungry and super hungry. As soon as I walk in, and I'm walking in, and then bam, they're like, oh, I'm starving. Give me something to drink, Dad. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. Blah 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 blah. Like, bro. And then I look around and I see their mother doing nothing, just laying the fuck around. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm not gonna beat her up. The fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, I'm not gonna beat her up because I feel like, yo, I just walked in and I've been gone. Why the kids saying they're hungry and thirsty and you're sitting around here? Why you can't get them nothing to drink? Like, blah, blah, blah. You can say that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem that I have is you're so mad about it, you're gonna punch her in the face and beat her up. So much to where your other kid child's mother has to push your security, alleged security, which is just probably some nigga from your hood, has to push some nigga from your hood to go base who's there working as your security to get you the fuck off of her. Now you're that mad that you're beating her so badly that somebody has to be forced to intervene. Like, it's not just y'all tussling, you slapped her, she scratched you a couple times, you pushed her, she came back, you whatever the fuck, okay, then it's over. Like, you're literally beating on this girl, like basically beating her to a, basically she didn't go to the hospital. She probably got talked out of doing something about it, this, that, and the third. That's more than likely what happened. Because if the other baby mother is feeling the way she's feeling and knows that there's more evidence to share about what you've been doing to them, how you've been treating them, now you got white girls in there around your kids. Chelsea is raising your kids, bro. Yeah, okay, let's go through this. Okay, because y'all know I ain't gonna forget that part. I'll put my little blunt down. All right, so another problem that she had, that his baby mother had, she has a problem because she doesn't want, as a sister, she doesn't want European women around her child. She doesn't want Chelsea raising her kids, being a nanny to her kids, or doing whatever the fuck Pharaoh's doing with her around her children. Now, normally I couldn't say too much because I can't tell that man how to date, how not to date. But we're talking about Pharaoh here. The fact that we're talking about Pharaoh is the point to all of this shit. Pharaoh insisted over his black queen baby mother. He insisted that Chelsea remained in charge of and care over their child, even though this sister is vehemently and adamantly against this white woman being over and having effect over her babies. She even said, in her opinion, she thinks she's crazy. I don't know, Chelsea. I don't know whether what the sister's saying is out of jealousy or what have you. The point being, Chelsea should not be that important. Because nannies come a dime a dozen, bro. Like, Chelsea shouldn't be that important where she's playing a major part in whether you're fighting your fucking baby mother with your baby in her arms, man. That's crazy. I'd like some answers on that, Pharaoh. Is Chelsea is that important to you that you would fight your child's mother with the child in her arms? That Chelsea's that important to your family, to your life, to your situation, to what you got going. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. Especially coming from you, who claim that Europeans are sulfur-based beasts. That's insane. What up, Specs? That's crazy, man. Specs, this nigga, young Pharaoh, Young Pharaoh, the babysitter, always control the father. That's I'm laughing, but it's not something that's said for no reason. It's not something that's said for no reason. Like, yo, Specs, this young Pharaoh, pro black all the way. Young Pharaoh, Anunnaki, Alien King, Star Lord. Fucking young Pharaoh chose Chelsea over the black queen. And even though the black queen did not want Chelsea watching her kids and giving care to her babies, Pharaoh thought that Chelsea was more important. So much so that this dude actually beat her up over it. Allegedly. Allegedly. Maybe he's under MK Ultra. I doubt he's under MK Ultra. He's just a fucking dipshit. Yo, Spec, that's why we're all here tonight, brother. We're all here tonight because we want to figure out why young Pharaoh insisted on his black god, queen, goddess, mother of the earth, that before she could even come in the house and get her belongings in a peaceful manner, she must bow down to Chelsea, the white nanny. Now, do I care that Chelsea's white? I personally don't have a dog in this fight. So please do not look at me. I'm just saying young Pharaoh, Chelsea, young Pharaoh, pro-black goddess, queen black, then Chelsea. Where Chelsea come in at? This is why he was threatening to kill YK, the truth. He was threatening to kill YK all this time and do all this shit to YK and fuck YK up when he see him. Why? Because he was basically exposing his dude for who he is. Now, it's like now you've got a situation where his baby mothers could do the same thing. So, he beat her up too. Because he actually could get to her. I want to know why Chelsea's so important to young Pharaoh. And how is that assisting black people in the movement that he got going on? How is that assisting us? What example is Pharaoh showing by saying that Chelsea, the nanny, some fucking nanny, allegedly nanny, Chelsea, is so important to him that he beats up his baby mother? And then let's continue on to the fact of another thing that she said, which started the whole thing. So let's come on, let's come back to the beginning. The whole basis to all of this is young Pharaoh, his baby mother was allegedly in the middle of working. Okay, so she's working. She's a masseuse, as she says. Okay, so she says. So she said she was giving a massage and her phone kept ringing. She's getting messages from young Pharaoh. Okay, so she's getting all these messages from him and she's reading them. And what are the messages saying? Basically, in a nutshell, come get the baby because the baby's crying. Now, myself, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not an engineer at Lockheed Martin. I didn't help design Microsoft, but I'm also not the dumbest nigga in the world and the dumbest person in the world. And it don't take any of those things that I said to know that babies cry. You know, generally, as my grandfather used to say, babies cry for a reason. So it's either because they're hungry, either because they need to be changed, or they fucking want attention. That's it. So Pharaoh, a person who's so allegedly intelligent, you could not figure out how to deal with a crying child that is yours. And I even have a problem with some of the language she was using when she was talking about him watching the child. He'll watch the baby. I don't believe in a man watching his child. You know what I'm saying? When my kids are with me, I got my kids. I ain't watching my kids. What the fuck are you talking about? They're mine. You watch someone else's fucking kids, G. You don't watch your child. I don't know. I want to know why Chelsea's so fucking important. Why this white girl Chelsea is so fucking important that he beat his girlfriend up in front of Chelsea. Now let's not forget this, y'all. He's doing this shit right in front of this white girl. Young Pharaoh is beating this girl up right in front, allegedly beating this girl up right in front of this white girl Chelsea, the nanny, who he finds so important. You're beating her up in front of her. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. But the point is, like I said, his girlfriend was giving a massage at her job. That's what she does. She's a masseuse. She's getting her phone blown up by her baby's father, saying that he can't handle the baby. The baby's not sick or anything, just crying. So, nigga, all you had to do was pick the child up and play with it. Give it some attention. Even if you didn't do that, lay your little blanket on the floor with some toys. Lay the child on the floor. Let it roll around, play. It would have shut the fuck up. The baby would have shut the fuck up, man. She would have been quiet. So, instead of that, he calls his baby mother, forces her to leave what she's doing, basically leave her job, come over immediately and get the child. And then when she's get there, she says she might as well get more of her stuff since she's already staying in an Airbnb, partially there, partially at an Airbnb. We know what that means. They're going through things, breaking up, whatever, that's their business. So she comes to get more of her stuff after being blown up by him to come and get the baby. And that's when this comes in. Like, he doesn't like the way she talked to Chelsea. So she needs to apologize. And apparently Chelsea doesn't like the fact that she said it. And Chelsea is saying something to young Pharaoh. And young Pharaoh then goes to the black goddess, the queen, on behalf of Chelsea, more than likely. Young Pharaoh goes to the black goddess, the queen, and tells her she needs to, make it right with this sulfur-based beast, as he called them. Devil, demon, how white people are the epitome or epitome of evil or the devil. Remember that, Pharaoh? So you got the devil watching your baby. And your wife, your goddess queen, don't want the devil watching her baby. And so, because you want the devil to keep watching your baby, and your black goddess queen doesn't want the devil to keep watching your child, you beat her up. You got into an altercation with her that ends up leading to you fighting her, dragging her all over the house, etc., etc. Because what would have been smart is if you went and got her stuff. Or let her go get her stuff. If she was fronting and really wanted to do something else in there, you could have just recorded it and let her play herself. Like, yo, I thought you came in here to get your stuff. Why are you messing with my stuff? Why are you pushing me? Why are you in my face? Or why are you doing with that? Anything different from getting her stuff. So Chelsea is more important to young Pharaoh than anything in the world right now. Even his children, according to the situation, if this is true. We must say if this is true. So if this is true, Chelsea is more important to young Pharaoh right now than his child. That's insane. I never thought I'd hear the day, man. But then again, yes, I did know I'd hear the day. I knew I'd hear the day when I found out for sure that you was a fraud. And all that shit took for me was that shit that you stole from that children's logo that children's organization over in Africa when you stole their logo, catchphrase, everything about it, and started making jewelry about that shit, selling that shit. And then when you got questioned about it, still to this day, has not responded to about that shit at all. To this moment in time, young Pharaoh has yet to respond to why he stole another children's charity organization's logo and catchphrase, and then went and put it on a website and put it on jewelry and sold it and said that it's his logo and said that he he coined it, created it, all of that. And then once he found out it was a lie, he snatched that shit down off the website and never to this day has spoken about that shit. Now this fucking clown doesn't even want to take care of his own kids, doesn't even want to spend time with his own children so much that he calls the mother from work to come get the baby from while she working. Then when she gets there, he wants to make her bow down and apologize to Chelsea, the devil, according to Pharaoh, the devil, who his queen black goddess mother doesn't even want around the child. But Pharaoh insists. What up, Cole? But Pharaoh insists on this devil being around his child. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is supposed to be Mr. Black Power. Young Pharaoh came out talking cash shit, y'all, about everybody. Basically saying the example that any and everybody been given all this time is wrong. What he got going on is what's popping. So what did he give us? Basically regurgitated bullshit, the same shit. Anunnaki, black woman's god. White people devil, Anunnaki, black woman is goddess, backbone of the community. She's the goddess. She's my god. Everything Polite was saying, Pharaoh basically was saying. And if anybody remembers, that's what he said. He wanted to be like Polite. And damn it, if he's not a mini Polite, running around here bullshitting front end, acting like he's doing shit that he's not doing. Now he's exposed. Is his channel still up? Does anybody even know if his channel's still up? Because I would have no idea knowing whether or not his fucking channel was still up or not. But I did hear just a few days ago, he got a new one. Yeah, that they ripped his channel down. Like, this shit really gonna fuck with you, bro. Because if you guys really listen, it's another video that I'm gonna drop after this one, the rest of that. And because I wanted to put it together, but I was gonna do some other shit with it. But I was like, I don't want to play with it because it's really not a play thing. So I ended up not even doing that, but I already had it chopped in half. Excuse me, because I was gonna put some other, footage of this nigga running his mouth, calling people devil, white people devils all the time. Chelsea. Young Pharaoh is the one who needs to apologize to you because he's called you a devil more than anything. That nigga, man, he's a fucking. That's what I said, Cole. He's really gonna get in trouble if they find out he's been beating on those women like that. And at the time, he was allegedly a Muay Thai fighter, and you out here fighting like professionally, semi-professionally even. You out here fighting, nigga, and then you going in there beating up girls, nigga. You a fucking lump, bro. You're like the lump of the lumps. Like, for real, man. My blunt coming apart on the tip because I'm moving my hand all around. You're a fucking chump for that shit, bro. That shit's insane, bro. Young Pharaoh is a fucking weirdo, man. Because I believe it personally, that's all. So, I don't want nobody to take from this that I got pure evidence. All I have is what I posted, what you saw. You can make your own assessment from that shit. And like, for the simple fact is, this is why I believe her. Because I don't believe this is the first time he hit her. He be hitting her. You know what I'm saying? So the only question is, does she start trouble? Meaning, does she start physical fights with him as well? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, do I believe this is the first time he's been hitting her? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I believe I saw a girl who was fed up. He said females a fair fight. Not that the female was trained though, Cole. That little dreadhead bitch was trained to do Muay Thai kicks. Hey, yo, Pharaoh, you soft as shit, bro. I knew that shit, though. And as a matter of fact, shout out to Griselda out there in Buffalo. Real Buffalo niggas. Brought the street sound back and everything. I pump them niggas all the time. Griselda, real Buffalo niggas. That nigga's a chump, man. Pharaoh's real soft for that. I just mad about that white girl shit, though, because that's so contradictory. You know what I'm saying? What up, C? It's so contradictory. You know what I mean? Like, like you came out and what did I say, yo? Like, everybody that came through Sinetta's couch, man, everybody who came through that fucking couch of Sinetta's, it's some weird fuckery going on afoot. You know what I'm saying? It's always something going on with that person. So Pharaoh, nobody knew shit about Pharaoh. He had his little following that he had, but I had never heard of this little nigga. You know what I'm saying? So his following wasn't that big. And now once he came on, signed at his fucking platform and sat on that couch with that heavy set girl, like doing run his mouth, I was like, oh yeah, Sonnet is gonna use this nigga as like the next new little young nigga to be having around to try to grab young people's attention. That's all I thought of Pharaoh when I seen him the first time. You know what I'm saying? So he stayed around once he bucked away from Sonetta, and I was like, damn, at least you smart enough to realize what Sonetta is and who the fuck he really is and what he be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, T. Cole, I'm about to block you. Don't you ever say no blasphemous shit like that again. Hey, yo, Cole, the crazy part is, I forget, yo, I'ma find that shit for you, bro. Listen, man, Conway addressed Pharaoh in a joint one time. The shit is say, I'm gonna tell you how it go. The shit say, he called him Allah's hope. He said, what did he say? He said, Allah's hope. You told me you wanted all smoke. He was like, yeah, he was like, yeah. He was like, Allah's hope. You told me you wanted all smoke. Nah, you just a little nigga and your bars broke. I was like, yo, I know what you talking about, G. I know exactly who the fuck you talking about, nigga. Because Pharaoh was fucking mad when them niggas started popping. Remember when Pharaoh started dropping all that music and shit? Like 3-4 years ago, he started just dropping music on his fucking page. That's why, because Griselda's wave, that nigga West Side Gun started, his wave started going up, nigga, and he had pulled his cousins in, Conway and Benny, and that's when them niggas basically took the fuck off, yo, and Pharaoh was mad as shit. That's when he started doing that music heavy, yo, because Griselda was popping, and they was from Buffalo, so he tried to ride that Buffalo wave. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna get the song, yo, because I got it in one of my playlists, and I'm gonna fucking let you hear that shit, yo. I'm gonna let y'all hear that shit, yo. Conway was like, Allah's hope. You told me you wanted all smoke. Nah, you just a little nigga and your bars broke. And tell me Pharaoh ain't a little nigga and his bars is trash and broke as fuck. Fuck out of here, nigga. Your bars are fucking handicapped, nigga. You can't rap shit. Straight up. So, yeah, that shit was fucking crazy, bro. I was like, yo, I know that nigga's talking about Pharaoh, bro. I know he talking about Pharaoh. Because Pharaoh's a little hater nigga. He's a little hater nigga like that would be mad that them niggas is on and he ain't. Because he really be... Remember he been telling us he been rapping ever since he came out. I mean, you know, I'm a rapper. I ain't rapping. You're like, shut up, nigga. Nobody want to hear that garbage. Don't nobody want to hear that trash, nigga. That nigga's trash, bro. But like I said, man, all that black power talk, all that black woman is God. That's why I tell all black women, man, when you hear a black man saying something about you that's not calling you a diva, a queen, a goddess, all of that shit, like, yo, like you don't, as a man, as a father, a brother, an uncle, all of that shit, man, a godfather, I always tell women, man, don't listen to niggas who pander to you, man. That's not what you need. Cause if all of y'all are queens and goddesses, then there ain't no goddamn queen or goddess. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the shit is nothing but pander. And when you hear people like him, the Derek Jacksons of the world, all these people, all that shit is bullshit. It's designed to fucking get attention from you. And generally, they want your attention so that they can extract money from you. That's why he used to come on the fucking live streams wearing necklaces and no shirts. Why? Because, no disrespect, but he could get a lot of heavy set, unattractive women that looking at him, because a lot of women who are attractive and know, or probably married and got boys, they not paying that nigga no fucking mind. So, not like that. So the ones who aren't like the heavy set, not so attractive sisters or whatever, they'll be looking all at him, and he's calling them a goddess and a queen, and you're perfect how you are, sister, and all you gotta do is just donate and blah blah blah, and you'll be a part of Pharaoh's team. And look at me, I ain't got no shirt on, and you know what I'm saying, boom, and all that shit. The fuck. That's why I say don't listen to that shit, man. A real brother's going to tell you the real truth about everything, meaning he's going to tell you the good about you and he's going to tell you the bad about you. He's not going to just tell you the good. That's nah, yo. Nah. Like that don't do it. When you see that, look at it as a red flag. Like, what is this individual trying to tell me or sell me? Because ultimately, what he's not going to tell you is how he really is. They need to do a duet. What he's not going to tell you is how he really is. Why he's calling you a queen and a goddess, and he's saying you the salt of the earth, and you the mother goddess, and you the all of this stuff. This is what he's saying to you. Okay? Soon as he gets off camera, you better apologize to Chelsea, or he'll fuck you up. And I mean physically, like beat you up, nigga. What is that? Chelsea. I want to find out who Chelsea is. I'm gonna show you. Him and Shaka. Hey, yo, I bet she would have been more comfortable if Shaka was watching the fucking baby other than Chelsea, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shaka might be halfway fruity, but I don't think he gonna fucking, you know what I mean, play with no little kid, nigga. Like, I hope not, Shaka. I wouldn't put that shit on you. I wouldn't say you would do no weird shit like that. But yeah, getting back to the whole of it for those who just coming in, young Pharaoh had an altercation with his child's mother today. One of his child's mother, she came in. Well, from the video, from what I saw, she was coming directly from work. She still had her work uniform on. She's a masseuse, so she had her work uniform on. She was coming home, And the reason she was coming home from the middle of her day from work was because allegedly young Pharaoh was continuously calling her, messaging her, bugging her, blowing her phone up until he got her attention, all to tell her he could not handle the baby because the baby was crying. So she left work, came home, and that's when the altercation began. The altercation got physical. She said that the baby was in her hands when he was hitting her. Um, and that's that. She has audio of the police actually taking notes and taking evidence of everything. And like I said, the way that shit sounded, nigga, they're gonna lock your ass up. What up? What up? What up? Just they're gonna lock you up, bro. Like that's crazy. Because I kept hearing one of the cops say, "Did he stop you from leaving? Did he stop you from leaving?" And so when she was first telling the story, it was like, nah, he was stopping me from getting my stuff. But the second part of the story was when she was trying to do the second part of the story was when she was trying to get away from him being violent. She was like, he stopped the door, like wouldn't let her close the door, whatever the case may be, and wouldn't let her leave. So it's a crazy situation. I hate seeing that shit when the cops are involved. So let's say that I hate seeing violence between black people, especially sisters and brothers getting into it with children are right there and shit like that. That's life. It happens. Emotions. People are human. Having a human experience. So it happens. But it's just I just don't like to see it, man. That shit's fucked up. So. And that goes for both sides, for her and for him. Like this, just if you can try to prevail, cooler heads, meaning if he was being a dickhead and didn't want to give you your stuff, you know what I'm saying, just let it go. So I don't know, man. It's just who you really are, bro, is Ike Turner. Who you really are, bro, is gonna come out, man. And who you are, Pharaoh, eventually was gonna come out. I remember this switch to the white people thing when he was mad at Dolo. The nigga dude, Dolo, King of the Moors. He was mad at Dolo because Dolo was in front of a grocery store, basically talking shit doing his Moorish, whatever the fuck he be doing. And white people was coming out, and this nigga Pharaoh said on the video, "Look at him harassing these white people, harassing these citizens, these people." I'm like, what? You was just calling white people devils, crackers, all that shit. Because like again, Pharaoh said cracker more than anybody that on YouTube. Cracker ass crackers, these fucking crackers. Him and Seti, because they are like a duel. And they ain't done nothing in a while. I wonder how General Seti feel about this. That's going to be the next stream, y'all. How does General Seti feel about young Pharaoh's alleged abuse? Because Seti, do you like this? Are you going to say something to this nigga, man? About beating up the queen for Chelsea? That's crazy. What up? What up? That's crazy, bro. Chelsea. You beat up your baby mother and insisted on this devil, as you call them, to be in charge and care of your child, while your sister, the black woman, did not want to. And you wanted her to apologize to Chelsea. You wanted that sister, after all we've been through as a people. After all we've been through as a people, Pharaoh, that's what you brought to your sister, to your kid's mother. Because I always say, man, women ain't just women no more when they have your child, man. You can't just treat them any old way. Even if you treat women any old way. Yeah, young Pharaoh, YP, insisted that the devil watch his child while his black queen goddess baby mother is saying that's not what she wants. And he beats her up over it. And because she wouldn't apologize. His black queen goddess baby mother said she wants her things. Can she have her things so she can leave? This dude says, if you apologize to the devil. I'm about to sign off, y'all. Shame TV, man. Yo, Pharaoh, you looking real bad, man. Real bad in these streets, man. Peace for everybody who came in. Please give me a like on y'all way out if you didn't when you came in. Peace. Crazy, man. That's just fucking crazy.